welcome back to the Final Fantasy IX level 99 grind. I am Circle Master. Loaf 47870 was here first, although they were here so early that the Goog announced it over the loading screen, basically. This is going to be a short stream today. We're just getting the about 2,800 necessary to roll over into 13K. I mean 130K. I am doing so bad today. My mouth and my brain are just not on the same level. So yeah, this will probably only be about an hour. Maybe a bit less. But hopefully that means it's more digestible for people. Well, that was a mistake. You bought FF9 because of this stream? I'm grinding to max level in the first area. You're not even going to see the game. This is literally all of the worst parts of Final Fantasy IX condensed into thousands of hours. Like, did you see me doing this and complaining about trance so often that you decided there has to be more to this game than just this grind? I need to buy it to see what it is. Maybe that I could understand. But yeah, if you're gonna play only one Final Fantasy game, it should be Final Fantasy VI. In my opinion. But I guess it's not the best as your first Final Fantasy game. I'm actually not sure what the best first Final Fantasy game would be. Like, I can't recommend Final Fantasy 1 for the NES, because so many things just don't work. Feels like half the spells are bugged, and most of the weapons. Two's not great because of the weird leveling system. I've never played 3. 4 might be good as an entry point. Five is probably too complex with the job system. Six, you're playing the best one first, and everything after it is going to look bad. I guess 7 is the one that most people alive now, that's not real, but most people who still play Final Fantasies played first, which is why the remake has been such a big deal. 8's definitely not good for a first one. My only experience with 9 has been this grind, so couldn't tell you how good that is as a first Final Fantasy game. And if you're going to the PS2 era, you might as well just skip all that nonsense and go right to Final Fantasy XIV and make that the only Final Fantasy game you play, because it's an MMO and you'll be playing it for years and years. Did you know they have a free trial that goes to level something and includes some number of expansions? I think there's more in it than that old copy pasta nowadays. I mean, that's fair. I don't know most of the details of the FF9 PC port. I know a lot of the older games got PC ports that are actually just mobile ports and are therefore terrible. Like, do not play the PC version of Final Fantasy VI. It's like the worst version. It got a horrible mobile port, and they just ported the horrible mobile port to PC. So yeah, if you're gonna play Final Fantasy VI, get an emulator. Play it on a Super Nintendo emulator. I don't know how much of an original cart for Final Fantasy III US would cost. I've never played FF3. I'm not super familiar with the DS port of 4. I don't know how different it is from FF4 Advanced, which I think they made not a mobile, but one of the handheld versions at one point. On my YouTube channel, I do have a 100% playthrough of the Super Nintendo version of Final Fantasy IV, which also isn't the best version because the Final Fantasy II US, which is what 4 is, or was released as in the US, was like a weird easy mode version that removed a lot of features and abilities. And also the item drop system makes me want to die. There's 100%ing a game that has exclusive items dropped by enemies is one thing, but when the rare drops of enemies are 1 in 256 chance to drop, it makes me very sad. Oh yeah, there was a whole thing about farming a late game item drop that gives you the best armor in the game. And like how to maximize it, how to optimize for grinding for this one item. That is dropped from a gimmick fight, so you can't just have like a normal party comp and nuke everything with your endgame level spells. Like, I needed a specific setup to make the battle reliably beatable and farmable, along with a farming strategy. I don't remember how long it took, but I eventually got one. And that wasn't even the worst item grind, because at least that one had mechanics that could be optimized. There were other random rare drops in the game that I needed to go back and collect that were just from enemy groups that were just part of the regular list of enemies for a region. So it was just wandering around getting into fights until I find the right enemy group, and then hoping for the 1 in 256 drop. Because there's no way to manipulate it. So yeah, I don't recommend 100%ing Final Fantasy IV. At least not the US version of it. It's also from the era where Nintendo of America was doing weird censorship stuff. So there are aspects that don't make any sense because they've been censored. Yep. I've never played FF9 before. So this is my first time playing it for this grinding challenge. And it has made me hate it. So yeah, whatever your first Final Fantasy game is, I do not recommend grinding to level 99 in the starting area. I did 7, 8, and Tactics before this. So when I finish 9, I'll have done all of the original PlayStation Final Fantasy games, and they'll all be on one memory card, which will be cool, I guess. At least that was the motivation for starting Final Fantasy IX, was to get all 4 of them done on one memory card. What a fool I was. Well, this is or no, I guess you're talking about the memory card, right? That has the saves on it. I'm probably gonna attempt to auction it off. Maybe get $50 for it. Get paid entire fractions of pennies per hour for all this work. It is, I would think, as well, but also who would want to buy it? You know, I'm just some guy. I had 15 seconds of internet fame like a decade ago. And also, I don't know how to market myself. Nice reflex. You don't know what horrors await on the next screen, though. It's those stupid butterfly-looking enemies that inflict all the status effects. And give less XP. Because they only... Do they? No, I remember we tried it. They gave less XP. And the fights were more unreliable because status effects are actually debilitating in this game. If you get hit with blind, good luck ending the fight. It might go the other way, Reflex. It might be that PCs are obsolete and everything runs off of SoCs. Everything becomes console-ified. Because PC components are just too expensive. I've never played Persona 1, don't know what's involved in that. Don't even know if it's grindable. But, suffice it to say, I'm not doing a grinding challenge for a very long time after this. Awkweirder asks, when was my last level up? It was on Monday. This is the first grinding session after the level up, which is why it's shortened. But it also means that after this session, it'll take 13 more sessions to get to the next level. I very much do not have a stream schedule. I have a host of health problems that impede me from streaming on a consistent basis. Thank you, Disa Ace. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce usernames very well. Disachi, perhaps? Feel free to correct me. Experiments. think we're on pace to do exactly an hour. Oh yeah, just an update on my massive list of health issues. Got an MRI for my knee in the next 2 weeks. Because it's still giving me fits. Hopefully we'll find out what's wrong with it and be able to address it. If it's addressable. Yeah, Operator, you got migraines or what's going on? Oh, that's rough. Hope it goes well for you. Yeah, that wasn't always the case, but fortunately it is now. Yeah, did I mention I'm level 78 and still can't one-shot enemies from the back row? Love that about this game. Looks like we might be done just under an hour. Which is always nice. Of course, now that I've said that, I'm gonna have like 5 fights on the run back somehow. And there we go. That is going to do it for this one. Hey, Felinoid, you're tuned in at the end. I say that, but we're going to get multiple fights on the run back, and there's the first one. Because I'm not allowed to finish early for anything. Not even if it's only 4 minutes early. Alright, only the one at least. Probably don't need to do this selling, but it's just force of habit. And that will do it. 13 more to go to the next level. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, take care.